Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Ta-da. All right, let me get all teed up. Let me get my walkthrough ready. My stuff and my things. This open keep rolling home. All right, sorry. Still getting my life sorted here. Okay. Who am I? Where am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Boo do boo boo. Surrounded by perverts. Hello. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Give me a sec. I just sorting out my life about one thing. Hope you had a good week so far. All right. I gotta wake up early tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that. But what can you do? What can you do? All right. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Okay. Here we go. I'm ready. I had my nope, you did not miss anything. Just me going, I need to sort my life out, and me pressing stuff. You did not miss anything. Serious. So, all right. I hope you had a good week. I did enjoy Stray Kids. Thank you for sending that message. It was a really, it was a fun experience. It kind of remembering the concert, and it was nice because like you get a better seat. It was definitely a better seat than I had at the concert, so you get to see close-ups and all that kind of stuff. So, and then they had a little bit of like behind the scenes and interviews and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I gotta say, I think I mentioned that like the concert culture is actually really is really friendly. So a lot of people have like freebies that they give. And so people give like little, collages or candy or keychains or stickers or photo cards, all sorts of things that they make on their own. They pay their own money, that kind of stuff. And so people brought things to the theater. So that was pretty awesome. My friend went with me. My friend had not heard about, or I was just kind of like, hey, I got an extra ticket. You want to come? And they're like, yeah, sure, bet. And so we went, and they were telling me that their coworker got really excited when they saw their Spotify up because they were like, I guess I should listen to this band. And so they're just like, wait. And so I think they were just really excited to meet somebody else who's into it. And they were just like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go see it. And so they're going to go see it. The coworker is going to go see it on Friday. And so yeah, so my friend was just like, oh, I'll save all these things and give it to her. So I thought that was pretty cool. And they let me trade a couple things here or there too, where it's just kind of like, oh, I was like, this one's my favorite. Can I have that one? And they're like, yeah, sure. So that was pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, hope your day was better than mine. My day today was kind of annoying. I had to call the store that I usually go to buy Mochi's meat. they have been having trouble sourcing meat. And I called today because they were like, oh, check back Wednesday. And I didn't get to call yesterday, so I called today. And then that person, or the person who answered was, I was just like, hey, do you have this in stock? And they were like, yeah, we carry that. That's the only venison we have. And it's like, I need to know that you have it. Yeah. Tatsuo, hi. Thank you so much for popping in while you're at work. Hope you're doing well. Hope your shift goes fast. Yeah. And so, anyways, I drove to the place, and that's, that's annoying. It's about 25 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. So 25 minutes average, I suppose, to get there. And I get there and I don't find it. And so I asked somebody and I was like, hey, I called and I was told that y'all had this and I'm here and I'm not seeing it. And so they, the person who I told this to was very, was very nice. They were trying to be very helpful. They were very apologetic. So new shift Monday through Friday, 4 to 12:30 a.m. Oh, wow. Okay. Gotcha. That's tough. Late night. It's kind of tough, but some people like that though. Anyways, yeah, so the person was helping me and they were just like, well, what about this brand? And I was like, I can't do that brand because it mixes with ground beef. And they're like, oh, shoot. They're like, well, let me look in the back in the freezer maybe. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then they brought somebody else out to come help them look. And, just in case it was under something. And they're like, oh, what about this one? And I was like, no, that's venison stew meat. I need the ground meat. And they're like, okay. And then somebody, I guess a bigger wig was standing by and they saw us all looking for the stuff. And they're like, what are you looking for? And they were just like, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, oh, we've got elk. And I was like, I don't want. I was like, I can't. It's not the elk. I need this specifically. And the person, that was helping me kept explaining. They were just like, she called and somebody told her that it was here and it's not here. And, I was like, yeah, they should have looked and, we're really sorry about that. And, yeah, so it's kind of a bummer. Also 440. Yay. Very nice. 4 days from now. You guys celebrate 444, Tatsuo. Awesome. Keep up the good work. See you later. Yeah. So that is my dilemma with mochi food. So I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 meals for her as of right now. I can defrost and get 2 more meals. Or 3 more meals. I could get 3 more meals. So that's about less than a week for me to source something else. So it's kind of annoying, but I mean, stressy. I'm not annoyed at Mochi for having needs. I'm annoyed at places for not being consistent. So yeah. Anyways, neither here nor there. So I'll just hope that I'll check in again, see if it comes in this weekend, and but before that, I need to just pony up and buy it from place. I was hoping that I would be able to get enough from them that I could hold myself over until I go to visit my family out of town, and their stores usually have it. So, but I don't think I can push it 2 weeks. So that is a bummer. Unless I can just convince one of my family members to come down and visit me. It's like, why don't you come on down? No, I'm kidding. And I don't want to take another 3-hour trip, for like I did last week, but maybe. That was the right call, though. I'm really glad I did that last time because, we had the little winter storm here and it would have been really bad. So, yeah. Here we go. Neither here nor there. Hopefully, like I said, I'll find a workable solution. And the workable solution might just be buy direct from the place. Like I said, it's in New Zealand, so I was hoping that it's like, in order for me to get free shipping, I have to buy $200 worth, which I guess is fine. But I mean, it's not my favorite, but it's fine. But I don't know. Maybe I guess I'll see how much shipping actually is if I don't go the full 200, you know. But yeah. It's just more, I think my hesitance around that is I'm scared of having that much meat all at one time, because if anything happens, then I'm going to be out a lot of meat. You know what I mean? Maybe I shouldn't think about it that way, but yeah. All right. Moving on. We are a nice segue to hell. We are going to continue the Minami route. So, let's see. Bloop, 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 bloop. All right, let's do this. Let's go to gaming. All right. The screen's where we left off. I did not even close my game. Now done. Right? Okay, let's continue. All right. What chapter is this? We're in chapter 5. Okay. A little time had passed since we watched Reika board the train. Oh yeah, that's what happened last week. We threatened to harm ourselves, and Minami was just like, "You won't," and we're like, "You're right, we won't." And then we needed to get on the train, but then Reika was just like, "No, I'm gonna get on the train," and it was actually about to be a kerfuffle. She found out that we are alive, but Minami intervened for some reason. So, and then maybe we hurt Seiya's feelings. I'm not sure. Though I'd done extensive research, I still hadn't found a way back to the mortal realm.
顔色が悪いようですが、やはり無理しているのでは?
I'm fine. I was lying. Truth be told, I felt quite sick. I could tell the air in hell was slowly but surely eroding my body. With each passing hour, my body grew more languid. I wonder how much more of this I can take. I couldn't afford to be anxious, but the more I told myself that, the more nervous I got.
無理はなさらないでください。心配事があれば、何でも私に相談してくださいね。
Yeah, Lolli, you should lean on Seiya. Lean on somebody.
あなたの心労を少しでも和らげることができるなら、それに勝るものはないのですから。
I could tell Seiya was catching on to the fact that I was anxious. Yet he didn't pry. He merely offered kind words. Kind words. I hope your kind words stream went well. It's one of my favorites. I know Thursday's your day to usually do that, so. He didn't pry. He merely offered kind words. Oh, Mochi, it's okay. Thank you. And you're being so considerate in and of itself makes me feel a bit better. Mochi, what's the matter? She's working outside. Oh, the cat. The outside cat, Marley, has been coming around. So Mochi started growling at him today.
そう言っていただけて、私もあまり根を詰めすぎても精神的によろしくありませんし、適度に気分転換をしなさい。
I'll be sure to do that. For a while, I continued my research within the safety of the walls of the Ho, but in the end, I was unable to find any new clues, and so I headed to the Ho courtyard to relax. I sat on a bench near the Khalifa tree and let the soft breeze caress my cheek. If this keeps up, will I really be okay? I gasped, shaking my head. No, I can't let myself think like this. I've got to stay positive. I couldn't return to the mortal realm like this, but I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Carrie, hello! Thank you so much for the sub. 7 months of Ppoppo. Appreciate it, Carrie. Thank you so much for the boyfriendo redeem. You got it. Current boyfriendo, you got it. Our little devil. Little devil boyfriendo. So, Minami. Cha-cha! Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Your 10-minute timer starts now. Yay! I appreciate it. That means a lot. So, woohoo! Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good week. As these thoughts filled my mind, I took comfort in the fact I had been making progress. The fact that God brought me here meant that there was a burden I had to overcome. I could finally collect my thoughts. I'll be fine. I just have to stay strong. I looked up at the Khalifa tree. The serene air raised my mood. Phew. Just got home. Apparently all your packages arrived. Nice, nice. Fun getting to open your stuff. Christmas in February. Phew. Come to think of it, even in the mortal realm, I felt gloomy. I remembered the days I ran away from thinking about my future. I was so anxious it hurt. Honestly, it felt like I was in hell. Oh, could that be the reason that God sent me here? Because as long as I kept running from my problems, I still ended up in hell. I see. I needed to face my fears. I had to confront my burden. Suddenly, my body felt light. I'll be fine. I'm gonna go visit him. Him? Who him? Boyfriendo him? Probably Minami. Let me see. Maybe I should check the main street. He's for the streets! I wandered around town, searching for Minami, when finally I found him. Minami!
ああ、見つかっちゃったか。
Huh? You didn't want me to find you?
一人かくれんぼしてたんだ。お前の思考を読んで見つからないように隠れるっていう。
What in the world? Well, in that case, you lost, Minami. I found you.
負けとかないから。言っただろ、一人かくれんぼって。これは俺だけの戦いってわけ。
That makes no sense at all.
まあ、せっかくだし、少しならお前に時間を割いてやってもいいよ。
This doesn't really seem like the time or place for me to tell him you're my burden, but perhaps the only thing I can do is talk with him and try to get to know him better. So what should we talk about? Talk about Seiya. Talk about another man. Let's talk about his address? Sure. I live on Hill Street. Where do you sleep, Minami?
何何？俺んちが気になっちゃう？
You think I'm a burden? Well, not necessarily, but...
聖夜のとこなんていないでうちに来てもいいんだよ。隣で眠ってあげるから。
Why don't you come to the home?
お前が寝入ったのがわかると、俺もすぐ悪夢を見させられるからね。
No, thank you. Seriously?
すっごくいいところなのにな。盗んできたもので飾り立ててあって、それは楽しい空間だから。
Things you've stolen?
うん、普通じゃん。自分で買うなんてばっからしいもん。欲しいものは奪って手に入れた方が、手にした時の喜びもひとしよ。
That's a very Minami thing to say.
お前もすぐに聖夜から奪ってあげるから、楽しみに待っててね。 家に連れて帰ってあげる。
Feeling in danger, I discreetly took a step back from him. I'm in danger!
話は終わり？それじゃ、今度はお前と二人でかくれんぼね。
Kakurenbo. I don't remember. I know the melody of it. It's like. Lolli Ppoppo. I sleep in a drawer. Huh?
お前が鬼ってことで、俺のこと探してみて。
Hey, wait! Minami dashed off, ignoring my attempt to stop him. I came to talk, and now we're playing hide and seek? He was just dragging me along to help him pass the time. Ugh. I let out a heavy sigh. Since Minami was my burden, I just wanted to get to know him and incubi in general a little better. I doubt I'll be able to find him. Maybe I should just go talk to Seiya. But if he finds out I went to see Minami, he'll probably be upset. But aside from Seiya, I don't have anyone else here I can talk to. Talk to Reika. If only Sayaka was here. Or my sister. But I was all alone. All alone. I don't know what to do now. Hey, are you okay? Huh? I looked around. The voice I heard sounded nearby, but I didn't see anyone calling out to me. Did I imagine it? The voice sounded familiar too. Yes, you're on the right track. Ah! The voice was coming from inside my head, but it wasn't Minami's voice. It was my own. Wait, what's happening to me? Am I going crazy? Don't worry, I'm a figment of your imagination. You needed me, so here I am. Oh no, she's disassociating. She is creating new personas in her mind to cope. Where is here? I tried communicating with the strange voice in my mind. Inside your heart. Your heart is tired and we're in a tough situation, hence why I'm here. I really am going crazy. All I could do was lament the fact that it seemed I had already lost my mind. Oh, you hear voices too? Maybe you're the voice in my head. Oh no! I had no idea I was actually this stressed. Don't be hard on yourself. Besides, isn't it nice to have someone to talk to? She has a point, but I was unsure about accepting this situation. Enough about that. You're trying to find out more about incubi, am I right? But I don't have anyone to talk to. No, you don't need someone. What you need is a place, a private place, home to a hopelessly romantic former exorcist. Ah, I see. Yeah, Seiya's house. No doubt Seiya's room at the Ho would have books about gods and demons. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go. Right, good call. Still unsure about accepting this supernatural help inside my head, I found myself responding to it. Just as I thought. As I suspected, Seiya's room held many documents concerning demons and incubi. This is the perfect place to learn about Minami and demons too. Agreed. I reached for the documents, pondering which to read first, when I noticed someone behind me.
そこに神隠しについての資料はありませんが、何を調べているのですか？
I turned around and there stood Seiya. I was so busy listening to my inner voice that I hadn't noticed him. I'm researching demons.
南ですか。あのようなものに興味を抱いてはいけません。あなたが調べるべきなのは、 写しよに帰る方法でしょ。
I am. That's what I'm doing. That's exactly why I'm researching it. The burden God gave me is Minami. I have to face down my demons. Literally. Dun, dun, dun. he's got to look like... If I understand how to deal with Minami, I might be able to find a way home. All this time I'd been running from my dreams with Minami, too scared to face him. Carrie, thank you again for the 10-minute redeem of a boyfriendo. Alright, time for him to get packed away. There we go. But I knew I couldn't continue like that. To overcome my burden, I had to stop running and confront it.
まあ、あなたがそう思うのであればそうなのでしょ。
Seiya spoke in a tone so low, I almost didn't hear him. Then he sighed. Surrounded by perverts, a lad's boyfriendo? Which boyfriendo in particular? Any requests? Omakase? Xavier, you got it. You got it. Thank you so much. I appreciate the redemption. 10-minute redemption starts now. Yay! Oh, yay! Yay!
悪魔をどうにかする方法。古来より人間はさまざまな手を使って悪魔を退けてきました。
Seiya scanned the bookshelves before selecting one.
南は無魔。あれに立ち向かうならこの資料が一番充実しています。
I flipped through the book and Seiya pointed me to a specific page. It contained information on incubi, a demon that invades dreams. The most familiar types are succubi and incubi.
南のような無魔は強い力を持ちません。人の魂を食らって力をつけていなければですが。
So, they gain strength from eating souls?
ええ、無魔に限らず悪魔全般の習性です。どういうわけか、あれらは人間の魂に惹かれるようで、大抵の場合、狡猾な手段を用いて魂の契約を持ちかけてきます。
That certainly seems to be the case. He said a lot to try and get me to give him my soul. But Minami still seems unsure about things, like there's still some humanity left within him or something. I haven't met any demons aside from Minami, but from what I've observed, he seems to have emotions similar to humans.
本気でそう思っているのですか？
Yes, I do. That's what I've concluded from my time with Minami. I think for the time being, I'll do my best to get to know Minami. I want to try and understand him. Seiya appeared pained. He wore a pitying expression. I don't blame him. I don't blame Seiya for being like, what? Seiya?
あなたはすでに悪魔の手中に落ちかけている。悪魔に同情をするなど狂気の沙汰。
Green
惑わされてしまったよ
Yoshi!
うですね。
That's right, Xavi on my side. Raphael's voice actor on screen. Hello, happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Hi, hi. Thanks for coming in. You haven't missed too much. Basically, a voice in our head started talking to us. It's us. And it was just like, you should do some research about demons. Like, we should do research about demons. So we've determined that Minami is our burden, and so we have to face our fears. Yeah. Now I just need Caleb. That's right. That's right. maybe I'll come up with some like combo wombo pics of them. Yeah. But basically we're trying to be like, no, Seiya, with the power of friendship, we want to get to know Minami, and he's just like, what are you doing? The voice in our head chanting, gay, gay. Oh yeah. Well, I wasn't thinking about shipping Caleb and Xavier, but I wouldn't complain, but standalone, they're just fine. Or just two of them plus a Lolli. That's okay too. Just, living out our dreams. One way or another, both of them available would be good. Both of them by our side. Huh? But it's not like that at all. I think I can convince him to give up on taking my soul. I just...
本気で悪魔と対話ができると思っているのですか?
Yeah. A 2 plus. 2 plus a Lolli. Right, exactly. Seiya thinks we have gone off the deep end. He's probably not wrong. His harsh words left me speechless. Suddenly, he grabbed me by the arm, took me to the back of the room, and... What are you doing?
あなたを外に出すべきじゃなかった。閉じ込めて保護するべきだった。
Ooh. Ooh, is he gonna put me in a cage?
あなたは悪魔に騙されている。もっと気を配るべきでした。
Girl, I'm trying to help you. What? No, I'm not being exploited. I just want to confront Minami.
まだ遅くはありません。目を覚まさせてあげましょう。
Please, just listen to me. Even though this is to help you return home, it seems like Seiya won't listen to you. Even if he doesn't accept my plan right away, I'm sure he'll understand.
南を矜持だと捉えたあなたの解釈は素晴らしい。しかし、それだけです。今のような甘い考え方では、あれをどうにかすることはできません。ですから、私が代わりにやりましょう。
What are you planning to do to him? Are you gonna exorcise him?
この隔離用の空気の中では悪魔払いはできません。ですが、方法なら他にもあるのですよ。安心してください。あれらのことは知り尽くしています。子孫じることなどありません。
Remove him? Please, I beg you, don't hurt him. Overflowing with emotion, I shook Seiya's hand off as hard as I could. You may know a lot about demons, but you don't know the first thing about Minami. I just got here. I don't know about that. Alright, main character.
悪魔を肯定してはいけない。強い心を持って抵抗し続けなければ、悪魔に勝つことはできない。
Guess he's just gonna have to marry me. I don't know. That's the only way Seiya can stop me.
それが鉄則です。
It's no good. Seiya's not going to accept a demon. This conversation's a waste of time. But I want Seiya to understand. He's always been by my side. He's always tried to help me. I can fix him. Oh yeah, 100%. We're very fixy. It's like, he's a demon, but he's just misunderstood. He just keeps threatening me. He keeps threatening me because he really wants my attention. It's like, no, main character. Unless we're right that it's like he's also struggling, and but I don't know. He's been pretty forthright about. No, I'm just here for your soul. I'm here to steal your soul. I'm here for you to hand your soul over to me. Good. So I can make him worse. Yeah, he tried to kill me multiple times, but it's not his fault. Hey, if he didn't like me, why would he chase me so much in the afterlife? Why would he stick around hell if he didn't like me? Goodness. Just like sharks are misunderstood. They're not trying to eat us, they just want to hug us with their teeth. It's fine. Yeah, but you know what I'm getting at. You've got to learn to face up to these things on your own. For now, I need to warn Minami before Seiya does something drastic. Sorry, but I think it's best if I continue on my own from here. So, I pulled out the phone he gave me from my pocket. Then I placed it on his desk. I'm returning this. Thank you for letting me borrow it. I turned my back on Seiya and walked away.
Baby, no! Baby, please!
I have to resolve this on my own. Well, not totally alone. You've got me after all. You're right. I reached for the doorknob. Then I felt a strong grip on my hand and something cold wrap around my wrist. Ooh! That was the sound of a handcuff. Huh? I looked down to see a handcuff on my wrist. Seiya yanked me back, securing the other end around a pole. I was speechless.
あなたを救うためならば、どんなことでもしましょう。
Don't ask me why I have handcuffs in my room. Don't worry about it.
それがたとえあなたに恨まれることでも。
His tone was calm, but left no room for argument. Seiya quietly walked to a cabinet, pulling a key from his coat to unlock it. He opened the drawer, revealing a small handgun. A wave of dread washed over me. His eyes were dark, seemingly void of life. It was as if he were looking into pure darkness. Surrounded by perverts, thank you again for your redemption for Xavier. That was your 10-minute timer. All right, back in the box. Back in the box.
これは悪しき魂を消滅させる特別な銃。本来は HO の業務で使用する特別なものなのですが。
It's a special gun. It goes pew pew. A specialized gun that only Grand Warders and above are allowed to wield. It's so powerful it will destroy any evil spirit. And don't even think about using the nearby lubricant to slide out of the cuffs. Let you have that. That's it. Don't think about it.
南程度の悪魔ならあるいは消せるかもしれません。
He spoke with a smile, looking like an entirely different person. Why is he smiling? It seemed as though this obsession with demons has driven him mad. You're crazy! You're crazy! Seiya placed the pistol in his breast coat pocket and strolled toward the exit. Strolled. It's like, no, 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 no. Please wait. Can't we discuss this? Nah. Oh, shit. As though my words and voice couldn't reach him, Seiya left the room. Oh, no, he handcuffed me to a pole. Never mind. I was like, oh, like if it was like a drawer or something like that, just take the drawer with you. This is bad. Minami's in danger. However, my arm was secured firmly to the pillar. I have to find a way to warn him. Let me chop off my arm. You know how to get in touch with him, right? Oh, I guess I do. Minami's an incubus after all. Dang. Fall asleep on command? Get out of here with that. I closed my eyes and tried breathing slowly. It's no good if I rush. I've got to calm down. Sleep did not come easily. Yeah. Why is this pole under a colored spotlight? Yeah. It's just in the middle of the room. And why is there a DJ in the background just queuing up Ragdoll over and over again? And yet, I felt as though I was being drawn into a dream.
ああ、かくれんぼが台無しじゃん。でも、俺のために眠りにつくお前は気持ちが悪くて大好き。今、迎えに行くから、待っててね。
Chase me! You sure were stupid for sleeping for me. If it was you from before, I wouldn't have believed it. All to save a demon like me. How could you be so dumb? How could you be so kind-hearted? Why are you so kind to me?
お前は本当に俺をイライラさせるよ。
Oh. Here he is on Seiya's bed. Hold on. I don't know what I'm looking at. Look, okay. It looks like a little doll hand at the top. Little baby hand at the top of the screen. What is that? I don't like it. What is this, just like a baby doll in the... Yeah. It's like a flower. Oh, okay. I like flower better, but flower still doesn't make that much sense. Because, like, I see that Minami has a flower on his, belt. Oh, he got a little flower purse, but, like, it's not like a bed that's, like, covered in, like, flower petals, right? I don't know, man. Looks like a little baby hand. So, Seiya is into stuff. I don't know, man. Freaky. Maybe that's his comfort. He's just like, I can't sleep by myself. I need my binky. I need my baby doll, so I could hug something at night. he just wants to be a good dad. Or maybe Minami brought a baby with him. I don't know. Maybe we got it all wrong. It's not Seiya's baby. It's Minami's baby. He named the doll after me. Dolly. Lolli the Dolly. Lolli Dolly. Let's hear that.
お前は本当に俺をイライラさせるよ。
I had plans for a soul pact with you, and then some pesky god decides to fall in love with you. Oh, it's a doll of me. Dolly Shiki. Ah, I like that too. Oh, it is a voodoo doll. Oh, that's true. Oh, so I don't know. I'm gonna hold on for a sec to tell y'all a fun factoid I learned about voodoo. So the little like where the like fear around like voodoo dolls came about a long time ago. When people like, and I heard this when I was in like New Orleans, so they were kind of talking about the history of it. So whenever people would go to the doctor, a lot of people couldn't write or read, and they didn't have really good like record keeping. So in order to like indicate like what you came in for, they would like mark it on a doll. So it's like, oh, you came in with like arm pain last time, so we have that on record or whatever. So that's actually where like the dolls with the little like pins in them, that was like actually why they were doing it. But then somebody like I think somebody like interpreted that differently, right? And then that's where that kind of like mysticism element came from. And then I think some people actually did start to like go really hard on the like mysticism aspect. So it kind of evolved in a way, but the origination of it was not, anything sinister or anything. Like I said, it was more record keeping. So yeah. I don't know about that surrounded by purports, but maybe I'd have to do more research, I suppose. But all I know is what I shared. Yeah. Haitian voodoo is an actual religion developed from the African traditions and Catholicism. Let's make this spooky. I'm just saying in this case that, maybe this doll can be spooky. This doll in the bed with us is spooky. Spoopy. You blocked Seiya when he tried to take me out, and now you go and do this and worry me? There you are, sleeping peacefully like an angel. It's my golden opportunity, and yet I can't do anything.
俺の方がバカかもな。
Did this demon fall in love with me? Mua? Once. Just this once. I'll make an exception. I never asked for her help, but Lolli tried to save me. I owe her for that. So for now, I'll just let her sleep.
どうしてあんなことしたんだよ。あんなことされたら。
Demon Slayer looking different? Yeah? Maybe. I'll end up having feelings for you.
頼むから。もう俺のために何かしないで。そうじゃないと。お前に惹かれちゃうから。
And then just now, Seiya pops in and he's like, "What are you doing? That's my bed! Not in front of Dolly!" A popular media representation of it leans on the more folk magic practices of it, known as hoodoo. Yeah. Wait, so, Green Yoshi, wait. What about Demon Slayer, though? Did they have little dolls? Let me think about that. I don't want to feel like this. Ugh, it's so aggravating. Why does girl have to like me? Yet, she's so adorable. Oh, you just said that because he's a demon. Got it. I hear ya. Woo, all right. That was a quick chapter. Not bad. All right, let's keep going. New Orleans was such a fun place. Lots of good food and friendly people. I agree. I had a lot of fun when I went. I've gone twice. The first time I took my dad on a trip because we hadn't gone on a trip in a while. And so it was something that I was like, I got a good job. I can save up some money and take him. And so, yeah, we, the first place we went to was this place that like, it was a bar, and they didn't have like a lot of food, but they did have a like, the night that we were coming in was like a Friday, and it was just like, maybe it was a Friday, yeah, where it was like, from this time to this time, it's all you can eat oysters, like fresh shucked oysters. And I was like, hell yeah. And so I went there with my dad. And I asked him, I was just like, it's not real substantial food, but do you want like beer and like oysters? He's like, yeah, let's do it. And then we met some like locals there, and they were real nice, and they were just like, oh, you should go to, go here, go to the French Quarter, go to Jacques Mole. And that was a restaurant that they had recommended. So I was like, okay, I'll remember these things. And so we did end up going to the place, Jacques Mole, and we got to accidentally cut in line because my dad's so cute. He's a little Asian man, but he's got, big feelings, and, he just looks adorable when he's enthusiastic. And so, of course, he's on a trip. He's very enthusiastic. So everyone's just like, oh, he's adorable. Because he was like, I want to have a Louisiana beer. Like, we're here in Louisiana. We should do the things. And it's like, yeah. So we got a Beta. That was their beer. Yeah. And so, anyways, well, there was a really long line, and I was just kind of, like, in a wait list and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay. And so, but they were just like, oh, okay, the wait is this long. But you can drink at the, bar outside, which is also crazy. Where I'm from, you're not allowed to drink outside. So this one's like, no, the bar's on the street. Don't worry about it. So anyways, we got our beer. And then I saw that there was like, it's along the street, and there were some cars that were parked, and some of the cars had like tables in them, like not cars, like trucks, like truck beds that were open. And so there was like one table, and there was a waitress, and I was like, oh, I thought it was a waiting area. So I was just like, oh, would it be okay if my dad and I sat there? And she was just like, yeah, let me clean that off. And I was like, oh, awesome. And like I said, I just thought it was like, oh, we'll just sit here drinking our beers while we wait for our table inside. And she cleared it off, and we sat, on the truck bed, and she's like, I'll just take your name off inside. And I was like, oh. We super cut in front of a lot of people, but they were happy to do that for my dad. And random people took pictures of us. So it was just a fun scene. So, but I enjoyed it. We did stay at a hostel that was kind of creepy. It was it was very Silent Hill. It was because it used to be an infant asylum, which is a euphemism for an orphanage, but that's not what it sounds like. An infant asylum sounds intense. My friend is in the medical profession, and so when I talked to her, I was like, I'm staying at an infant asylum. She's just like, oh. She's just like, you know, there's, like, when you think of asylums, there is, like, a level of, like, there is a certain level or threshold in which, you know, lunacy or you know, someone would warrant getting into that. And she's like, oh, but there's not too many for babies. The only one that, like, for babies that would be considered, like, a level of, like, lunacy is they start very, like, voraciously, like, trying to, like, eat their hands off. So, yeah, the same one who had a conference in Vegas. That's the one. She's my she's my shining light. She teaches me so many things. But anyway, she told me that, and I was just like, I'm very scared now. I'm very scared about staying in this place. And then we got there, and it was very scary. It was something that it's like, I'm a grown-up, and I have not, you know, like, I sleep by myself all the time. But it was like one of those things where it's like, I'm really glad I'm sharing a room with my dad. Because, like, I would be very scared. Not that my dad could super protect me, but, like, or he'd probably, I think he would try. So, and actually, I give my dad more credit. He's actually pretty, like, you know, on the up and up about, like, you know, taking care of himself and stuff like that. So, and he used to do, like, Aikido, I think. So yeah. He'd help. He'd do his best. Me too. I'm sure he feels the same way about me. He's just like, oh, Lolli. It's like, I don't know. Maybe she could run away fast enough to call for help. But, like, yeah. Hopefully we never get attacked. I don't know. He barges in with a baseball bat to fend off ghosts coming after his daughter. Yeah. You mean my dad can't protect me from ghosts and monsters? I mean, he knows. He's got some rules. Like, he knows how to protect the dead from rising. So he was in charge before of shooing black cats away from funerals. So so in a sense, he does know how to protect me from specific ghosts and monsters, I think. I don't know. I'll have to ask him. Be like, hey, Dad, what do you feel? I should ask him. Yeah, I'll ask him what his... I don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes if I were to be like, hey, Dad, what do you think about this? And if it would be like, you know, the way, like, you remember that, like, series, Ancient Aliens, and, like, how, like, how rabid of a fan base... A rabid is a rude word. I don't mean like that, but, like, just how, like, super into it people were, right? You want to learn Aikido from a grandpa? Okay. Huh? I was expecting Minami to show up in my dreams, but he never did. Instead, I felt groggy, as though I'd overslept. Yo, why does Seiya have a creepy, I mean, I know the Dia de los Muertos, like the sugar skulls. I get that they're like a cool aesthetic, right? Like I do think that there are a lot of really cool looking sugar skulls. I don't know that I would want one in my bed. I don't know that like, I don't know what Seiya's vibe is. It's like, oh, you know, romance. Look at this baby doll and this skull. Don't worry about it. Sir, hell is a different place. I suddenly sat up, and an unfamiliar scene unfolded before my tired eyes. Where am I? Oh, am I not in Seiya's room? This is Minami's room. Okay, that tracks. The skull in my head is enough. Thank you very much. Am I inside a tent? I quickly understood I was no longer at the hoe. Okay. This makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, so that bed was probably Minami's as well. Okay. The doll, the bed with the doll. Oh, Minami. I seem to be staring out into a dark forest. Coco intensifies. There, along with me, was Minami. Oh, what a relief! You're safe! Overwhelmed with relief at seeing Minami, I instinctively grabbed his hand. He looked surprised for a moment, then broke into a smile.
お前は本当に可愛い子だね。思わずドキッとしちゃったじゃない。
His comment made me suddenly self-aware, and I quickly released his hand. Sorry, I was just so worried about you. So, where are we? I once again looked around my surroundings as I spoke.
ここは俺の遊び場。ま、俺んちってとこ。
I live in a creepy tent. Don't worry about it. I live in a very creepy carnival circus tent. It's fine. This is your home? I took another look around. There were all kinds of toys and dolls. Oh, yeah, he is a creeper. Sorry. Remember, we said that there's a certain threshold of too many dolls is too many. Okay? Like, I'm all for people liking the things they like. Fine if you have some dolls. But if you have a lot of porcelain dolls, the creepy ones whose eyeballs open and close when you lay them down, no. Most of them seemed rather childish. I couldn't help but giggle, finding all of it quite endearing. Yet, upon closer inspection, I noticed that each item had a unique style that made my smile falter. All of their doll eyeballs have been gouged out because that's what creepy serial killer people do. It really reflects your personality. It's nice. Would it help if the dolls were all turned to face the wall? No, that makes it worse. It makes it worse because that just means that they do not want to face what is about to happen, and terrible things are going to happen to you. It's just like, that's what that means. No, thank you. Shunned by the dolls. No, it's more like the creepy serial killers, just like, I'm about to murder you, and I don't want my sweet babies to see the ways in which I'm gonna murder you. So, bleh. Creepo. Except, and I think it'll be worse too if one doll is still turned around. It's like, I like to watch. Or if they're all facing the wall, but their heads are facing you. This is terrible. Wait a second. I looked up. I had fallen asleep at the hoe to warn Minami about some looming danger. I love my sweet babies too much to make them witness what that I have to eliminate. Yet I woke up here. How did you manage to bring me to your place, Minami?
俺がさらいに行ったに決まってんじゃん。お前さ、眠りにつく場所くらい考えろよ。あそこ入るのきっついんだから。
Oh, right. Sorry. Honestly, I'm surprised you made it in.
楽勝よ。聖夜がしつこく狙ってきて、マークの面倒だったけど。てか、聖夜よりもカリファの空気が気持ち悪くて、大変だったんだから。
I missed this part.
楽勝よ。聖夜がしつこく狙ってきて、マークの面倒だったけど。
面倒。Sorry. That's probably why I didn't see Minami in my dream. He was too busy dealing with Seiya.
それにしてもさ。
I I noticed Minami grinning at me.
あんなに眠るの嫌いだったのにね。俺のために眠るお前見たら少しちょっかいかけたくなっちゃってさ。
Hey, wait. Does that mean... Did you do something to me? You pervert!
さあね。
I jigglypuffed you, and I drew on your face with marker. He flashed me a taunting smile. Did he really do something to me? Unable to read his mind, I panicked.
ねえ、あんなことしてくれるなんてさ、俺のこと大好きなんだね。
My heart skipped a beat and my face grew hot. That's not true. I just thought I should let you know. That's all. And sleeping was the only way I knew to reach you.
じゃあ俺のこと嫌いなの？
He peered at me as if he was testing me. Well, I don't like you. Stay silent. Let's see. What's our option here? We gonna stay silent. I drew on your face with marker, and now you're a dickhead with eyeballs. Exactly. That is what he would draw on me. Alright, we're gonna stay silent. I couldn't find the words to speak. It didn't feel right to say that I hated him, but seeing my hesitation, Minami smiled.
へえ、嫌いって言うかと思ったのに意外。お前って狂ってるの？
How'd you jump to that conclusion?
だって嫌ってない方がおかしくない？お前を消そうとしてる存在じゃん。
He had a point. Faced with the true nature of the situation, I had no words to speak. He wrote, Minami was here. But the more I got to know Minami, the more my feelings toward him slowly began to change. Although he was a demon, I found something that resembled humanity in him.
あははは、俺たちって相思相愛だったんだ。
Ugh, I sure as heck don't like you if that's what you think. It's just, well, I don't hate you either.
ふーん。ま、どうでもいいけど。
Having asked, Minami seemed to lose interest and turned away. Did he just ask that on a whim? Either way, I'm just glad we managed to get out of that situation before. However, I knew that Seiya took the action he did for my sake. He must be worried sick. Thinking of Seiya, I began to feel rather depressed and let out a long sigh.
あいつのとこに帰るの？
Stop reading my mind. I really hate it when you do that.
バカだな。嫌なことをするのが楽しいんじゃない。
What a Minami thing to say. Seriously. I muttered the words under my breath.
で、帰るの？帰らないの？
I can't just go back now. I've clearly sided with you. That's exactly right. After what I've done, there's simply no turning back. Clearly, you're my burden. I need to find a way to resolve things with you. That's what that God wants and why I've been spirited away. I was determined to figure this out and find a way back to the mortal realm.
なんか気に食わないな。神の言う通りに動くなんてさ。
Minami sulked, but then quickly smirked as if thinking of something wicked.
ま、神の思うようにはいかないけどね。だって、魂を奪うまで帰らせる気ないし。
Like that'll happen.
うわ、俺たちってバチバチじゃん。こういうのも楽しいよね。
Ugh, there's nothing fun about this. But actually, he had a point. Our interests weren't exactly aligned. I wanted to return home safely. He didn't want me to.
でもさ、どんな理由でも、聖夜より俺を選んだっていうのは褒めてあげたい。よしよし。
Minami patronizingly patted my head. Ugh, stop that. It's creepy. Kinda like your doll collection. Instinctively, I brushed his hand away, but the smile stayed on his face. He seemed pleased.
気味が悪いのはお前じゃん。 俺のこと助けようとするとかキモすぎ。
All right, let's stop with the name calling. We're even, okay? We're both creeps. It felt odd saying it. Maybe Minami is rubbing off on me. He's got me saying all these strange things. But that's beside the point. What matters more is, if Minami is in a good mood, this could be my chance to ask him some questions and get more information about him. I know Minami is a demon, but something doesn't add here still. Wait, something doesn't here still doesn't add up. Something doesn't here still doesn't add up. Okay. It's a typo. I was like, am I crazy? There are moments when Minami displays emotions that seem almost human. It was almost as though he wasn't a full demon. You'd never go full demon. Still, I knew he wouldn't give me a straight answer, even if I asked. He's in a good mood now, but that can change in an instant if I say the wrong thing. Besides, I need to think about which Minami I should try to talk to. Which one should I approach? Sleep? Bow down. Bow down! Misplaced words, 0 out of 9 game. Literally unplayable. I laid down on the rug and closed my eyes.
は？急にどうしちゃったわけ？
Minami looked at me, surprised.
まさか、夢の中の俺に会いたいなんて言わないよね。
So what if I do?
うわ、キモ。お前ほんと頭どうかしたんじゃない？さっきは俺を助けるためってのがあったけど、今度は何なわけ？
I told you before, didn't I? You're my challenge. That's why I have to confront you. In my dreams, that is.
こっちの俺も本物じゃん。夢の中と変わらないだろ。
The Minami in front of me had that carefree vibe. I liked that, but he also avoided my questions. I needed to get him into his element and get the truth from him while he was acting as a demon. It's too easy to talk to you here. I think the version of you I need to face is the more devious one. So you're saying you dream about me? Thinking back, the last time I met him in a dream, he let slip something that concerned me. I would need to speak to the dream version of him if I wanted to resolve that.
あっそ。でも寝るんならそこじゃなくてベッドの方にしろ。
Your creepy bed with your dolls and your skull pillow? You don't mind?
うん、いいよ。俺はあっちの方が好きだし。
What does he mean by that? I was still a bit confused, but it certainly beat sleeping on the floor. I moved over to his bed, only to find Minami following closely behind. Why are you following me?
決まってんじゃん。一緒に寝るんだよ、と。
As soon as Minami said that, he grabbed my hand. Why are you getting in bed too?
お前の夢に入るためだよ。何？一緒に寝るのそんないけない？
Okay, so we can confirm it is a doll. Because he has dolls everywhere. It's absolutely a big deal. Feeling his breath on my skin made my heart skip a beat. In return, Minami merely gave me a mischievous smirk.
聖夜が襲ってきた時のため、あいつにお前を取られたくないもん。
He's talking about my soul, right? I tried to tell myself that. Yet I recalled him saying he was interested in me personally. Then, does that mean... Now's not the time for this.
お前とこうやって眠るのってやっぱいいね。
Excuse me? What's he talking about? He makes it sound like we've slept next to each other before.
電車の中で初めて会った時にちょっとね。
You didn't do anything to me back then, did you?
お前から神がいなくなったのが分かって、俺も急いで電車に乗ってさ。
to know who that is. Who is Narissa Ravencroft?
「眠ってるお前の体を支えるために肩を貸してあげたんだ。
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm not familiar with that hollow lifer. I'll look her up later. I had no idea. Thinking back, I was asleep on that train. Minami was the one who woke me up. I never would have imagined he was a demon back then.
地べたに転げ落ちるお前を救ってあげたんだよ。自分が優しくて気持ち悪いって思った。
His actions were kind, but his words describing the incident were anything but. Typical Minami. Yet something felt off. Hey, why didn't you force me to have a nightmare back then? With that, Minami froze. Then his expression quickly returned to normal.
最初から絶望させたら早々にショック死しちゃうかもじゃん。なんだって行き先は地獄なんだし、死なれたら困るし、それに、
Oh man, has he never done this before? Is this your first demon possessing? Everybody remembers their first. There was something off about the way he spoke. I turned to look at him and noticed that he quickly glanced away.
いつも見ているしかできなかった、ずっと触れてみたかった女がそばにいて、どうしてだか高揚しすぎて考えつかなかった。
It caught me off guard. I was dumbfounded. That sounds so contradictory. His words didn't match with what he said when we first met. But I don't mind. Instead, it stirred something inside me. I was right. Minami was a demon, but there was something about him that wasn't pure evil.
矛盾してて何が悪い。それが俺なんだから仕方ないじゃん。
Hey, cut it out! You're pinching my ear. Or I'm pinching his ear. Minami pinched my cheek and reflexively I pulled his ear. We simply glared at each other, neither of us willing to back down. Actually, why are we doing this? I'll let you go first, then you let go, okay? Or, yeah, I'll let go first, then you let go, okay, Minami? We're not going to get any sleep like this. He let go, and I let out a sigh of relief. Why do we always end up fighting? But I was glad to see more of his humanity. Suddenly, a sweet scent wafted into my nostrils, and I realized it was coming from Minami. Oh, no, it's the whoever smelt it dealt it. But whoever did the rhyme did the crime. But whoever denied it supplied it. Sleep gradually overcame me. And I fell into a deep sleep. And he's just like, toot! I planned to sleep after I was sure she fell asleep. But I couldn't stop staring at her face, so near to mine. Oh, she'll lick her face again. She liked that. Something about it gives deja vu. You smell and you snore. I need my CPAP machine. They don't have CPAP machines in hell. My sleep apnea. Do you get deja vu?
どうして俺の方に来たんだろうね。お前を魅了することなんて少しもできないの。
Oh, he's not a full-fledged demon. Thanks to him, I was incapable of charming humans or manipulating them. But Lolli called me her burden. In a way, that makes me happy. It made me feel as though I still had some power. It gave me a little confidence, too. Just needs to be the little demon who could. With someone as powerless as she gives me is truly special. I wondered how she would react if she learned the truth about me. Maybe she'd look down on me. I feel anxious. Oh, is he getting all self-conscious? She might be like, oh, I thought I was gonna get possessed by a more experienced demon. This is kind of weird. I haven't felt like this in so long. It's funny. I should get to sleep too. Lolli is waiting for me.
おやすみ。
Possession virginity. Yeah, yeah.
ここで会うのは久しぶりか。
I'm in a dream, right? Minami appeared clearly before me, unlike the usual darkness he surrounded himself in.
お前の考えてることがわかるよ。
Minami laughed, savoring the moment as he drew near to me. However, there seemed to be a thin piece of glass between him and me.
これさえなければ、お前の魂に手が届くのに、いまいましいったらないな。
He glared at the glass. What is this?
俺らの間には、まだ触れられない壁がある。心の壁ってやつだ。お前が契約を結べば、俺に身も心も委ねたら壁は壊れて触れ合える。それは、お前の中に入れるってこと。
Oh my! Sir! What? I beg your pardon? What's he getting at? The thought alone gave me goosebumps, but I'd come too far to shrink away from him. So as long as this barrier is up, I'm protected. I've got to dig deeper. What do you mean when you say, enter me? He gotta spell it out. He's like, well, when two people love each other.
そのままの意味で、中に入ったら魂をいただく。
That's not exactly what it sounds like, but okay. Okay. He's like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
安心しろ。お前の亡骸は、うつしおの家族のもとへ運んでやるから。
His grin grew wider. No way. I'm going back to the mortal realm. Alive. There's no other way. I flat out rejected his offer. Just because I was starting to see another side of him didn't mean I was ready to give him my soul. I instinctively realized that was the reason for this glass wall.
そう、それは残念だな。でも帰れなかったら。
Stop. I interrupted him, my voice firm. I wanted to reach out to his true form. You're not entirely evil. There's a huge difference between the you in dreams and the you in the real world.
聞きたいことってそれか。いいよ、教えてあげようか。
Really? I was surprised he'd agree to tell me so easily.
そこまで自信満々に言われたら否定してやりたくなってね。でも代わりに。
He touched the glass, seemingly tempting me closer.
お前は俺に何を差し出す？
His smile widened, unnervingly sending shivers down my spine. That's right, he's a demon after all. Though the gap between our hearts may have closed slightly, I must not forget what he was doing. Or what I was doing. It feels like he's forcing his voice to be deeper than it usually is to sound intimidating. I was making a deal with a demon. One misstep could cost me everything. Since he hasn't demanded my soul yet, I might still be safe, but he could have proposed a deal that tempted me to offer my soul. I needed to tread carefully. Let's see,
anything but my soul, not my gumdrop buttons.
As long as it's not my soul. Anything.
お前にしては考えたんじゃない？リスクがかなりあるけど、それでもいいのか？
It's a gamble. I was ready for this and nodded firmly back at him. I believe the answer I seek is worth that much.
愉快だな。
Minami's laughter was hearty and loud.
そう言われたらこっちもそれ相応のものを用意しないとならない。困ったな。
Though he seemed to ponder, his smile showed he was in high spirits.
まあいいか。交渉成立だ。
I felt a step closer to my goal, but something nagged at me. So, what do you want?
考えておくよ。こんなに楽しいもの、すぐに終わらせるのはもったいない。
What have I done? Having to negotiate with a demon made me resent the god that sent me here. I didn't believe I did anything wrong, yet I felt a pang of guilt. Guess that's what it means to deal with a demon.
それじゃあ、お前の望みを叶えてあげようか。
Minami snapped his fingers, and the scenery before us changed. An ordinary moon was in the sky. This is the mortal realm. Surrounding me, massive mountains stretched far and wide. Nearby, a small hut sat by a dirt road. Was this the mortal realm, but in the past? Then voices reached my ears. One was unfamiliar, the other Minami's.
お願いだから、僕の家族を傷つけないで。母と妹が食うに困らないように。
Surrounded by massive mountains, yes, yes.
任せておけ。お前の代わりに家族を生かしてやろう。その代わりに魂を俺に売れ。
一つ教えて。僕はどうなる？
死にきれず永遠に俺の中で苦しみ、成仏どころか地獄にも行けない。悪魔に魂を売るっていうのはそういうことだ。
それはいい。お前とずっと一緒だということは、お前を見張っていられる。それに、お前の中にいられるということは、もしかしたらお前を操縦することも少しならできるのかな。
そんなことあるわけがない。不愉快なことを言うな。
ごめんね。でも素直に言うことを聞くままではいい方向へ行かないってお前とやりとりをしていて気づいたんだ。言っておくけれど、僕は素直に苦しめられたりしないから。それじゃあ僕の家を頼む。これで交渉成立だ。
I heard fingers snapping again, and the night sky disappeared. I was transported back to where we were before, with Minami behind the glass. What was all that?
はるか昔、貧困が理由で悪魔に魂を売った人間の話。その人間は家族を貧困から救うため自分が身代わりとなった。そして悪魔は人間の願いを叶えてやった。
This is your story, isn't it? Did you really make his wish come true? I was skeptical. I was always told demons deceive, bringing despair and reveling in the spectacle. I found it hard to believe he actually fulfilled the man's wish.
ああ、叶えてやったさ。契約は絶対で守らなければ俺が危ないからね。
guess the soul pact holds real weight then.
さあ、ここからが本題。お前の知りたいことへつながる回答編だ。
Though he spoke casually, Minami's face was somber.
最初の俺は夢でしか存在できない力の小さな悪魔だった。でも、人間の魂を手に入れたことで、こうして姿を保っていられるようになって力が増した。あの人間の魂は美しく、恐ろしいほど純粋で、俺はあの人間の魂を有するには度量が小さすぎた。取り込んだ力をうまく操縦できない。悪事を働こうとすると、腹の中で奴の魂が暴れるんだ。おかげで悪事もできず、俺から邪悪さが失われていってる。
That's true. In the conversation I saw earlier, the man said he was going to try and sway Minami from the inside. That person must be so strong-willed if their soul was able to sway a demon. And as a result, Minami was. So you've developed a conscience? Look at that. That excuse you what face? Minami's expression twisted in disgust. His look alone made the answer obvious.
無魔である俺は夢でこそ力を発揮する。だからここの方が少しは俺らしくいられる。これがお前が聞きたかったことの答えだ。
So this isn't the real him? You just like the non-dream version of yourself?
当たり前だろ。両親なんて吐き気を催すほど不要なものだ。俺が俺じゃなくなるんだからな。
But having a conscience doesn't mean you're not you anymore. I mean, it's not like the soul of that human is going to replace you, right?
君の悪いことを言うな。俺は俺に変わりない。だが、悪人がひとたび善人になれば、生まれ変わったと思われるほど人が変わる。
So he wants to stay a demon?
お前にとっては、今くらいがちょうどいいんだろうな。説得する余地があると思えたんだから。
Well, I don't know that for sure. It's not like I know the original you. I have nothing really to compare it to.
本当の俺を知れば震え上がるだろうな。説得しようなんてみじんも思えないほどに。ま、今は悪ぶって気づかれないように悪魔として存在し続けてるけど、お前には見抜かれてしまったというわけだ。お前は多分、あの人間と同じような魂を持つものだから。
I could sense Minami wasn't lying. But at the same time, this wasn't the real him. I think it's I wish I got to see the old you. Probably that one. Yeah. Honestly, part of me is curious about the old you. Minami looked at me surprised.
俺と過ごすうち、精神に異常をきたしてきたようだね。
I couldn't help but laugh, albeit wryly. Maybe you're right. Being with you is scary, but I'm also intrigued. I guess that's just my way of saying it.
俺もお前と過ごすうちに精神に異常をきたして仕方ない。まったく嫌になる。
He let out a sarcastic laugh with his words.
さてと、今度は俺の番だね。
That's right, I'd almost forgotten. Seeing as he was now, I could see him requesting something truly cruel.
今すぐってわけじゃない。もう少し後でもいい。
その方がお前は不安を募らせる。何を要求されるのかと日々怯えるお前を見るのも一興。
If he was trying to scare me, he succeeded. After all, this dream version of Minami was much darker than the one I knew in the real world.
お前はもう少し深く眠れ。ここでの睡眠は。
With that, Minami vanished. As he faded, so too did my consciousness. I watched her from a distance as she drifted into sleep. What am I to her? Fear incarnate? Yeah. Carrie, thank you so much for popping in. Yeah. Appreciate it. Have fun. Have a good night. Just a way to return to the mortal realm? Yet, I sensed her feelings toward me were beginning to shift. She was truly interested in me. If she had said any more, Considering what might happen, I shivered. Am I scared?
俺は今も弱いままだな。
弱いも。I feel so refreshed. I slowly rose from the bed. Since Minami had let me rest for a while, most of the fatigue I'd felt before was gone. I rubbed my eyes and saw Minami was already awake.
さてと、お前から何をもらおうかな。
It was the same Minami that I'd always known, but something about him seemed off. His expression looked forced, like he was pushing himself to be excited. What's gotten into him? Wanting to get a better look, I moved in closer.
ああ、何睨んでんの？あんまりイライラさせると目玉もらうよ。
I continued to stare directly at him. Sure, go for it. I boldly held my eyelids open, ready for whatever came next. It seemed my audacity threw him off, and he quickly turned away, sulking.
生意気。少し俺のことが分かったからって調子に乗りやがって。
I wasn't trying to act cocky or show off, but it was true. I wasn't as scared of him. Conversely, the more I got to know him, the more curious I became.
あの人間の影響でちょっと善人っぽくなってるけど、本当の俺はもっと違うんだから。
So that man's soul is why you've been kind to me?
それは違う。
He stopped himself and sighed. Sorry, this is my fault, isn't it? Let's talk again when you've calmed down. Whoa, no need to be hysterical, Minami.
お前に慰められるなんてなんか惨め。
Minami abruptly stood up.
俺自身、自分が何者なのかわからなくなってきてるのが辛いし、怖い。
Why? With that, Minami vanished. Shadow, hi! I know it's been forever. I hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday. We're in hell. The playthrough that we're doing, we've been spirited away by a little demon incubus, and oh no! Iriam has not been telling you about the go live. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I've been good, thank you. I hope you're good too. Yeah, we've been making our way through the game. My week has been mostly good. I had a little bit of a snafu today trying to get meat for mochi, but yeah. But otherwise, I got some fun things to look forward to. I'm getting things prepped for Lunar New Year, so I'm very, very pumped about that. Yeah. I still got a list of things that I gotta sort out though. There's a lot of things I need to prep beforehand because you want a clean slate. You want no remnants, like as many not even just like financial debts, but like if you owe somebody something, or if you said you were going to do something, like these are your times to like make good on all your promises and stuff. So trying to do that as best as I can. Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell y'all. I was like, I thought I was going to be like really good. And I was like, I'm going to try and do my taxes really early. I know this is very like boring old people stuff, but like, I was like, I'm going to do my taxes early. But I got to a point where there's something that it's like, oh, I haven't received this form yet, so I can't do anything. I cannot do all my taxes without this form. So it's like, oh, okay, fine. I was trying to be productive. I was trying to be proactively productive, and that'll teach me. But I don't like the timing of that form. It's supposed to drop on the 17th. That's Lunar New Year. So now I have this like I had this like dilemma of like, oh wait. So it costs like, so on Lunar New Year, you're not supposed to, you're supposed to try not to spend money, right? Because it's kind of indicative of like your year. So you don't want like just money exiting, you want money in and to stay, not money in, money out. Yeah. You got to do yours too. Everything's arrived. Hey, nice. See, like I said, I mostly had mine, but I was like one form short, and like I said, it'll be due on the 17th. And so I was like, I don't want to spend money. And a part of me is just like, I could make money if I get a return back, but it costs money to file. So like, what do I do? And then I just decided, it's like, I don't have to do my taxes on the day of. Like, if the file drops, what I can do is like, I can look at it and be prepared for it, but not actually do it and not do my taxes or whatever. So until like 2 days later, and then that'll be more auspicious. You don't make enough money to need to file taxes, but doing it is something we should make a habit of. Yeah, so it's just one of those things where, like I said, I tried to be proactive, but I got really excited though, because I was just like, I got my big lucky cat. I got my gold lucky cat with a big old Haas arm that's just like, yeah. And so I got really excited. It was like, maybe I'll get a big return. That's aggressive money coming in right now. But maybe it needs a little bit of time to work. All right. With that, Minami vanished. Maybe he just needs some space. Yet my talks with Minami were already starting to bear fruit. One by one, he was revealing the things I wanted to know. And yet having found out Minami's weaknesses and gotten a feeling about his emotions, I felt conflicted. The more I learned about him, the more uncertain I was about how to act. I guess that means we're getting closer. I should take a walk to try and collect my thoughts. I was also curious about what Seiya was up to, but I don't have my robe. Walking around like this will attract attention. I look for something to cloak myself. Oh, there's a big cloth over there. I took the big cloth near Minami's things and wrapped it around me. Where should I go? We're gonna go see Seiya first. Kisaragi Station. I decided to walk to the station. Whoa, Seiya's here. I swiftly hid. Seiya was scanning his surroundings as he walked. He's probably worried. He must be searching for me. I felt a twinge of guilt watching him. Seiya pulled out his phone and pressed it to his ear.
休養が済んだら業務に戻ります。それまでよろしくお願いします。お世話をしなければならない人がいるのですよ。戻ったら書類をまとめますので、少し待っていてください。
I know I didn't fill out my PTO form. I'm sorry. He's putting off work to look for me. He's genuinely trying to help me. Actually, I'm worried he might be overdoing it. I knew this probably stemmed from my previous regrets. As worried as I was about him, I knew I couldn't meet him just yet. I'm sorry, Seiya. I can't leave Minami's side. Not yet. This is something I have to do. I glanced back at Seiya one last time. He didn't have his gun with him, which was reassuring to me. I'd better slip out of here before getting spotted. I came to town, wondering what to do. As I wandered around, I saw Minami's favorite shop come into view. The windows were fogged up as usual, so it was hard to see inside, but upon getting close, I was able to peer inside. Ah, that's Minami. He seems to be in a bad mood. Then a worker placed something in front of him. What's with that gigantic parfait? Everybody loved parfait. I couldn't hide my surprise, astonished that hell had such food. Maybe I'll just take a little peek. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. That's the Persephone story. She ate 6 pomegranate arrows. And that's why she has to get whisked away to hell for 6 months out of the year. Parfait! As soon as I entered the shop, Minami noticed me. He threw the parfait across the room. He yeeted it so I wouldn't see. With that, he picked up a knife that was on the table and swung it toward me. What the hell? Thinking it was flying at me, I ducked instinctively, only to hear a burst of laughter.
騙されてやんのバカバカ
With a wicked grin, he pulled out the knife which he had tucked under his sleeve.
うまいでしょ俺手品が得意なんだ
Ugh. You know you eat the whole thing and you'll end up getting fat. I was so annoyed with him. I tried saying something mean, but he just ignored me.
俺は太らないから大丈夫だし食べたいものは食べたい時に食べる主義だから
Minami seemed unaffected, and I drooped my shoulders in response.
てかこのパフェはお前のせいなんだからな
Huh?
むしゃくしゃしても悪事を働けないからその代わりに大好きな甘いものを食べるってわけ
You go straight to your thighs, and then you blow up. You know, like parfaits. No.
だから邪魔しないで出ていけ
He's gonna take something out on his parfait. He's gonna punch his parfait or something. What a jerk. But still, the parfait looks so good. I involuntarily swallowed loudly. I wanted a bite so badly. I knew I couldn't eat anything in this world. I could only look, but it's like torture. With these thoughts in my mind, I grimaced and Minami smirked mischievously.
ああ、おいしいな甘酸っぱい果物にふわふわ生クリーム
Fua fua.
あ、お前も食べるほら、一口あげるあーん
Minami, all smiles, brought a spoonful of whipped cream to my face. I knew he was trying to get to me, but it's so tempting. Ugh, Minami, you're so mean. Unable to stand it, I quickly left the shop. I walked all over the place and soon felt tired. I'll rest in this alley. It's dark and a little creepy, but it's quiet, away from the crowds. Girl, are you dumb? What should I do now? Walking outside made my chest ache. I feel so guilty about Seiya.
せいやを心配するくらいならあっちに帰ればいいのに
Ah, you scared me. Don't pop up like that. When did he even get here? Minami sure is good at sneaking up on me. Why shouldn't I go back to him? Can I ask you something? Am I a burden to you? Minami seemed troubled, looked away, then finally spoke.
お前がそばにいると 調子が狂ってイライラする。うざい。
So, you want me to go back to Seiya?
やっぱりそれもやだ。無理。言ったら嫌いになってやる。
Huh?
いや、足を折ってどこにも行けないようにしよっかな。
Oh, you love me. You love me, sir. That I'd hate it part. Did that mean he actually... I felt my cheeks heating up. I glanced at Minami. His expression was mixed. He was annoyed, yet his face was flushed. He looked away, down at the ground. Seeing him like this made me...
ああ、もう、パフェ食べたのにまだイライラする。俺、お前を好きになってきちゃってるんだけど、どうしてくれんの？
Why would you say it out loud like that?
事実なんだから仕方ないだろ。お前の魂は欲しいし、すっごい狭間に立たされてて本当にうざいムカつく。はあ、どうしたらいいんだろうね。お前が消えちゃったら多分後悔する。怖くて仕方ないよ。
His shoulders drooped. His feelings were all over the place, and I was struggling to keep up.
Normally, you don't ask your crush for romantic advice.
そんなの知らないよ。今まで一人だったんだから。お前の尺度で物を言うな。
Minami pouted, clearly upset with me. So, what about me made you fall for me?
どこっていう感じじゃない。ずっとお前を見てきたのがあるから気に入っているのはあるけど、それは興味ってだけ。やばいなって思ったのは、お前が俺を聖夜から守ろうと眠ってまで知らせようとしたとき、俺のために何かしてくれようとしたのは、お前だけだったから。
You think that's the human soul talking?
お前腹立つな。
Well, sorry.
違うよ。むしろ俺が悪魔だからこそ。嫌われ者でしかない俺だからこそだ。
I felt a deep sincerity behind his words. He was truly falling for me, and I was at a loss for how to respond.
頼むから、今以上に俺を揺さぶるな。
Minami?
俺は必ずお前から魂をもらう。俺たちの関係はそれだけだ。
With that, he stood up.
お前からもらうものだけど、欲しいものが決まった。約束が欲しい。俺のためになることは一切しないっていう約束。
His request caught me off guard that I was speechless. It was tough for me to honor. I knew he was trying to push me away, and yet I felt something inside my chest stir at the thought. Oh, but if she's strong in heart, then she won't be doing it for his sake, but for her own. That's the loophole. That's the loophole. I don't want to make that promise.
ようやく見つけられました。
Uh-oh. That's somebody's different voice. Oh, it's Seiya. Okay, okay. Hearing that, I looked up to see Seiya closing in on us. I froze. Seiya? He had his gun aimed at Minami. He really was planning to destroy him. Don't! I can't let you hurt Minami! Instinctively, I stepped forward. Suddenly, I found myself in front of Seiya, shielding Minami.
やめろ。余計な真似するな。
I could hear Minami calling out desperately from behind me, but I ignored him. I'm going back with you, Seiya. To the hoe. So please, lower the gun. I gently reached out and pushed the gun down. Seiya's face was white, eyes wide.
あなたはそこまで南のことを。
I realized how strange this all must have seemed from his perspective. But I knew I had to protect Minami. Seiya, let's go.
お前、なんで？
Minami's voice was laced with pain, yet I forced a smile. I'll be okay. We'll meet again, in my dreams.
それは俺のセリフだろうが。
Minami muttered, seemingly annoyed. About that promise, can you choose something else? Maybe Seiya was right. Perhaps Minami had changed me. But not in the way that Seiya thought. I'm sorry, Minami. I then followed Seiya away from that place. Wow. Wow. Okay. I think it's starting to move. I think I was feeling... I don't know. I feel like main character was like getting into Minami sooner than we, the audience, were. At least that's how I felt. Because it was just like, I think I have a crush on him. It's like, why? And I want to like him. I think... I very much want to be charmed by all of these guys, but I don't know. Am I okay? I'm okay. Am I sniffly? I might be a little sniffly. Not because I'm crying. Are you crying? No. I'm okay. All right, let's give it a save. That's some good game hygiene. Wow. All right, we're on our way. Means we'll probably finish next week before Valentine's. Yeah. So, woohoo! But I am still enjoying this series very much, and like I said, I think hopefully it'll start turning around for this Minami route. I don't feel like my heart is going like doki doki just yet. So hopefully soon. But yeah. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope y'all had fun. I had a good time. I look forward to seeing y'all again. My next stream is tomorrow. Yeah. I'm curious if there's going to be a big old turnaround. We'll see. I also just feel like we just haven't had a lot of Minami time. I feel like we've seen Seiya more in this route than Minami. So, yeah. Y'all have a good day. I'll hope to see y'all again soon. Okay. Bye, y'all. Bye.